Welcome back to session 3 of the guided meditation series. We're not going to talk a lot today, we're just going to go straight into it. So find a comfortable position in your space. Take a few grounding breaths. Leave your eyes open for a moment. And just mentally process the intention for this time. Our intention is to deepen and widen our mindfulness practice. Make mindfulness a skill like reading or writing that we have. Mindfulness meditation is not the end, it's a means to an end. We don't learn to read and write and then put the skill down and tap our hands and say we're done. This is what allows us to face the rest of our lives with more awareness, more presence, less wrapped up in the emotions and the drama, the stories we tell ourselves. So today, as you slowly settle down into your body, try and notice the chatter of your mind. Notice the sensations already present. The feeling of the cushion against your legs and your back. The feelings of your hands resting on your lap or by your sides. Close your eyes gently. Become aware of the fact that you've been breathing comfortably this whole time. You're not expected to be relaxed or at peace. Just arrive exactly as you are. If you're a bit anxious, that's okay. If you're a bit tired, that's okay. That you're aware that you are anxious or tired or agitated or energetic is something to be aware of. It's just a fact about your life and your energy state at the moment. It doesn't need to have any deeper meaning than that. You don't need to change it. You just need to be aware that tolerance and acceptance of what is the key to peace and relaxation. You cannot force relaxation. We cannot be fastidious in surrender. It's literally the antithesis of surrender. Surrender does not mean relaxing or finding peace and having no energetic signature to our minds and our body. It is finding peace with the existing signature of energy and sensations in our body. Notice the feeling in your chest. Allow that feeling to expand and sink into it without trying to analyze it or categorize it. Just let it radiate out through the solar system of your awareness like a sun. The light of awareness that leaves your body and travels out. It's never lost. The whole system is you. Notice the sensation in your tailbone. In your groin. Moving up into your stomach and your solar plexus. The tightening as we mention those places. Moving on into your heart. There's an expanding. And feel the sensation of having a throat, how it feels from the inside, not from a position of observing between your eyes looking down at the throat or leaning towards the throat. Sink into the feeling in your throat. And then shift up into your head, not your mind, just the actual meat. There's an energy signature, a tingling feeling. And then feel the center of energy above your head at your crown, like a kind of strong magnet, pulling all the energy of your body up, like a strong pole of a magnet, unignorable, constant, unchanging, powerful. Now bring all those centers of energy online in your awareness at once. And notice the flutter of fear in your heart at the unfamiliar sensation. Become curious. Become interested. If your fear is talking to you, ask it, what problem is there to solve right now? If you feel you're distracted, start again in the heart. Notice the sensation of awareness, how it manifests as energy, like a kind of tingling feeling, like when you drop an aspirin into water. And with that energy radiating out and your awareness of it reaching to where there are no boundaries. Start again at your tailbone. Notice the energy signature present there. The root of our fear and our connection with nature. And moving up to the groin, your sex organs. Notice a contraction when we mention that area that you feel down there. Let the energy be what it is. Don't try to shape it. Just embrace it. Acknowledge it. Feel the energy signature in your stomach, your tummy, your belly, and your solar plexus. This is where we feel our anxieties. We get our gut feelings. We don't feel things in the heart. We feel things with the heart. The heart is an instrument for feeling. Move up into the heart. Notice how it's opened up. More receptive, feeling more clearly. Move up into the throat. You might be feeling a tingling, effervescent feeling throughout your whole body now. Come up into the head, not in the mind, just the energetic location of your intellect. And then this magnetic pole above your crown. Feel the powerful upward pull. And now let all the centers come online together. If your arms are crossed, or your legs are crossed, uncross your arms and legs. And see if you can repeat that process without guidance and instruction. Starting at the tailbone, becoming intimate with the energy signature there, and moving your way up from tailbone to groin to stomach and solar plexus to the heart, the throat, the head and the crown in your own time. If you find yourself mentally tracking or your eyes rolling to meet each intended point, try drop back. Remind the small I, the thinking brain, that there's no problem to solve here. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing that the awareness needs the brain for or the mind for. And try do it all again, just energetically. Just full awareness, no thinking, no processing, no checking with the mind. From the tailbone all the way to the crown, and then bring them all online together. And this time I want you to run through it like a child running their hand down the keys of a piano. From the low note up to the high note. From the low note up to the high note. 7 keys, full octave. Nice and smooth. Just repeat the process. You don't have to visualize it, you just have to feel it. It doesn't have to be strong, it doesn't have to be any way. In the tailbone, groin, stomach, heart, throat, head, crown. All together. Full octave. Full octave. Full octave. Clench your fists. Clear your throat. Come back into the room. If you think of these energy centers like keys on a keyboard, our emotions and our energy signatures that we're feeling with the heart they are like chords played on those different centers of consciousness, either a sharp or a flat, either a good feeling or a down feeling. And the story that the monkey mind, the small I, makes up about those energy signatures is what we inter as the drama of our life. These are just energy sensations in the body. One doesn't need to believe in the veracity of chakras to understand that our consciousness has these different aspects to it. We have a fear center. We have sex organs and a sexual drive and a creative drive. We have a nurturing center in our body where we feel our inner child emotions. We have a heart, the feeling instrument. We have a need for expression and a drive to express and be witnessed and say and speak our truth in the world. We've got an intellect, and then we have a higher nature. The reason that we're sitting down to do self-development and meditation in the first place. We don't need to believe anything mystical about the world to have an appreciation and an understanding of those, and developing some form of calm mastery over them. And it's not the mastery that puts them all on tight leashes like a strict dog owner. It is an allowing and accepting of your own nature. The mastery comes in the telling of the story, not the denial of sensation and emotion. The story that we tell ourselves is the source for our unhappiness, not these sensations. They are simply sensations, they are simply feelings. They have no story. We concoct the story. We concoct the story based on our past, based on our expectations and how the world fails those expectations. Equanimity is not utter indifference. It is the mature acceptance of what is, so that you can face these things on your own terms, not a numb denial of what's going on or a looking away. And one of the utilities of mindfulness is to arrive at this this talent or this habit of an equanimity that we can bring to bear in any moment. And even if there is a terrible tragedy or a reason for becoming concerned about a state of emergency, even then, especially then, mindfulness is a value and an attribute, and panicking never adds any value. Emotional drama, high, intense emotional valence, raw empathy that cripples us in a moment, this is never adding value to our lives. And so the utility of mindfulness is to become aware of these energy signatures in our body, become aware of the story that we're likely to tell about those feelings, and how we latch on to the story, and how we confuse this identity with the authorship of those stories or the authorship of those sensations. And yet all these things are just happening underneath the surface anyway. So we're up on the 18-19 minute mark now. That was a slightly shorter one with no introduction. Spend the next 2 minutes reflecting on this exercise and trying to reproduce it by yourself. And if you have any results or questions that you'd like to discuss, email me at info@eyeswideopenlife.org, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Thank you for your time.